Every action has a reaction.
What's up, cool cats? It's your girl Mother Jai, and we are back with another video. Here is my 38-week pregnancy update / Q&A. I don't have any appointments this week because my scheduled C-section is October 1st, which is Friday. But I do have my last ultrasound to make sure everything is okay and make sure that that date does not have to get bumped up around like 4 today. So I have gotten some questions from people. It was really like, I don't know, like exciting because I'm like, oh wow, you guys have questions for me? But let's just get into the video. I'll try to answer as many of them as possible. The first one is if I pat on my baby bump, does it sound like a drum? No, it just sounds like, you know, you're hitting skin basically. Does your bump sit in your lap? Yeah, like more like kind of like in between my legs, because like when you get to like the ending of your pregnancy, it gets hard to even like close your legs, and like it's very uncomfortable to have them closed, at least for me. I don't know if that's because of how big I am, but it's like more like it kind of like my baby bump sits kind of like in between my legs. I don't really know how to explain it. Is it easier to push on top or the side of your bump? This like whole, like most of my stomach is pretty hard. I can pretty much push or tap anywhere, but it's not going to go in because the, you know, baby's taking up most of the space. When you drink water, can you hear it in your stomach or your bump? No. I don't really hear much of my stomach anymore, which is like crazy because I never really thought of that. No, I don't hear any of my food, like my stomach, none of that. I can hear if I fart though, or if I have to fart. Let me see. Does your bump move if you push it from side to side? No, not really. At this point, I don't think the baby really has like a whole lot of room. So, yeah, it's really not too much. And I think my, what's it called? Placenta's like closer towards the back. So you don't kind of see like the freakish like movements and stuff like that. Does the baby move when I talk to him? Not really. He reacts like sometimes it just depends, because like this man can sleep. If I like will poke at my belly sometimes, he really reacts when I eat food. That is when he really is like up and about. Or if I lay down, if I sit up like how I am right now at the edge of my bed, if I'm in a car, that's when I really get like a reaction out of him. Can you see the baby move? Yes. I will go ahead and insert a little video of him moving. Next question is, has your belly button popped? No. So I have an any belly button, and it's still that way. Hold on, let me aim the camera down a little bit. It is still that way. God, I'm so freaking short. Let's see. Okay. It is still that way. You can see right here, like, you know, scars from my surgery. Like 4.5 years ago, was having a problem with my appendix, and yeah. But other than that, my belly button's still like inside. It hasn't popped out anywhere. Okay. Next question. Was that the last one? Oh yeah. Do I have any space at the top of my bump? No, I do not. So it has been said that my son is measuring big. I do not really have a whole lot of space up here. His butt and everything, maybe back and all that, is all around this side. He really takes up like all of my stomach, honestly, truly. Next question. Can I use my belly like a table? Yes, I can. Usually if I have like, I don't know why I'm standing. Usually if I have like some ice cream or, you know, something small, I can sit, like if I'm sitting in a chair, I can sit on top of my stomach, and I have used my stomach as a table more than once. Where is the baby positioned? He's head down. I'm really not sure if he is engaged or not. I feel like maybe he could be. Like, I can't tell because like I kind of have like a little pooch from my first C-section, and it's kind of hard to tell if my stomach is dropped or not because of how my stomach looks. I'm very, very insecure about my stomach. But he is positioned head down. He's been head down for a while. I don't know if he is engaged in my pelvis or not. I think maybe he is because it is quite painful moving around. But, you know, I guess I won't have to worry about that too much longer. If I put something cold on my bump, does the baby move? Not that I've seen. Not that I've seen at all. I don't really see him react to, like, if something hot or cold touches my stomach. Does it hurt when the baby moves? Depends on where he moves and what he's doing and how hard he is moving. If he move, like, there's times where, he's really, like, pushing and stretching, and that can be, like, a little bit painful. I won't even say painful. I'll say uncomfortable, or times where he's, like, in my pelvis, and he's either, like, turning or something, and that can, like, be really uncomfortable. Has the baby dropped? I'm not sure. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I didn't even know if, like, my son dropped with my first baby, so there's that. How big is the baby measuring? When I was, like, 37 weeks, he was measuring 8 pounds, 10 ounces. But I know that is an estimate. Nobody has to preach to me about that. I know it's an estimate. We'll see, you know, when I go ahead and deliver. That was then. I'm currently 38 weeks in maybe 5 days. Yeah, 5 days. But that's how much he was weighing at 37 weeks when I found out how much he weighed. I will find out again today where he's sitting at with weight and stuff. We'll estimate-wise. We'll see. How do I get my baby to move? If I have candy, juice, or soda, if I'm laying down, like when I eat, like I said, that's when he's like the most active and when he moves the most. Does the baby move if I poke at my bump? Sometimes if I'm laying down and I just kind of have my hand like positioned on my stomach, I'll feel him like moving around and stuff like that, but he really just be in there doing his own thing. Really in there doing his own thing. Is my bump soft or firm? My bump is firm. Okay, no, let me rephrase that. So, at the top of my stomach, it is all firm until you get to the bottom of my stomach, where I said, again, I have like a little pouch from my C-section. It's kind of like jiggly, if that makes sense. And no, I'm not going to show you guys because I don't want to do that. I'm really like insecure about my stomach. I do not like the way my stomach is shaped. None of that, okay? How to, let me see. Oh, sorry. Can we hear your bump? I don't have a Doppler, so you wouldn't really be able to hear like what's going on inside there. Like I said, it just sounds like hitting skin if you hit it. Is this my first baby? No, this is my second baby. I have a 4.5-year-old boy. And then I'm having another little boy right now as we speak. Do I want any more kids? We will see. Before I started having children, I wanted a big family. I always said I wanted me like a little Brady Bunch. I wanted 6 kids. Then I had one, and I realized I don't think I want 6 children. It's kind of like just across the bridge when we get there. Like, we'll see. I would love to have a daughter and experience having a daughter. But, you know, like, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I hope it's meant to be. But, yeah. So far, I think I will be A-okay with 2. And if I do want any more children, it will probably not be for another 3 to 5 years. Let me see. Symptoms for my first, second, and third. So my first trimester symptoms, I was constantly nauseous all the time. I barely threw up. Like, I threw up a couple times. Wasn't really that much. I did not like dark soda. Dark soda made me sick. I was just so hungry all the time. I always felt like I was starving. My blood sugars were, my hypoglycemia was, like, really out of whack. it was going down. I was dropping below 50. It was so crazy. Like, yeah. So first trimester was pretty rough. I was extremely tired. You know, moody, irritable. Second trimester, I was okay. I was really tired, but like I got tired like at the end. I had like a lot of different cravings. Like I've had cravings throughout my whole pregnancy. Some people only had them in the first trimester. I have had them out like throughout my whole pregnancy, like even till now. Third trimester symptoms like pelvic pain, my stomach, like it hurts kind of from the baby like growing and stuff. I will say in the second trimester, like I had like a side stitch pain or whatever, and it was just like from my, you know, abdomen descending. So hopefully the diastasis is not that bad after this baby. Me and daddy's reaction, well, which is Tarek. Tarek's fucking ass was excited. I was kind of pissed. Because, and the only reason why, like, I'm happy, I'm over the moon. I was, you know, I did become excited. But, like, when I took the test and I saw them 2 lines pop up, I was like, are you fucking serious? Because I just sat there and lost 22 pounds after 3 years. I had been working so hard with my weight loss. I was sticking to, you know, my kickboxing, my eating habits. I was doing good. I lost 22 pounds. I got down to, like, I think my first or second weight loss goal of 159, which I hadn't seen that in, like, 3.5 years since after having Zadrian. And I finally got there. And then come to find out, I'm pregnant, and I'm about to put all this fucking weight on, plus some. So, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Nursery ideas. I do not have any nursery ideas. I don't even have a nursery set up. We do have a 3-bedroom, but I'm probably going to have Zadrian and the baby in the same room. Right now, we just have the pack and play in here with us, diaper pail. We have it set up like that. I'm going to be breastfeeding, so it's just easier for us. What we learned, we didn't even put Zadrian in his own room until he was like 1.5. Like he was like 1 year and 1 month, something like that. And he did great with transitioning. Like, even though he slept in here with us, we had, like I said, we had a pack and play. So he would sleep in there, and he wasn't, like, always clinging with us, was getting in the bed with us. Working or staying home. Right now, I'm on leave. Depending on how things go, I don't know if I will be returning to work. Things just seem to be getting crazier and crazier with this whole COVID thing. So I'm not sure. I really would like to stay home, but it's a lot that I would have to give up if I decide to stay home. And it's a lot I have to give up if I decide to go back to work. Like, my free time. Like, being on leave made me realize how much fucking time I spend at my full-time job. And I'm so tired of that. Like, I hope one day, you know, all this will pay off. Maybe I might make it as a YouTuber. Maybe I won't. But if I did, that would be nice, because I would like to stay home, spend time with my kids, and just have, like, financial freedom is one thing, but I mean, like, freedom. I can go out whenever I want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about dealing with a work schedule, or it being short-staffed, or me having to work super, like, you know, extra because we're short-staffed, things like that. Before I stopped working from leave, things were getting a little crazy, and I was honestly burning out. And I was not enjoying my job anymore. So there's that. That's another story for another day. Breastfeeding. Yes, I will be breastfeeding. Epidural. No, they said I will be getting a spinal. Apparently there's some type of difference. So I'll cross the bridge when I get there. I do know I never want another fucking epidural in my life. I'm really not even, like, happy about them. I was like, is there any way you can administer the anesthesia? They're like, well, if we do it another way, you will be going to sleep and you'll be really out of it when you wake up and probably miss the birth of your baby. So I was like, that's great. My birth plan. Originally, my birth plan was a VBAC. And all the doctors were on board for that VBAC until we started getting closer towards the end of the 3rd trimester. And I started having some issues, like higher blood sugars. Baby still, you know, measuring big and things like that, of that nature. So since that happened, they decided that it was in my best interest of you know, for me to have a repeat C-section, because what are they worried about is their baby getting stuck because of how big he is measuring, him rupturing my uterus on the way out, even if I do successfully deliver him vaginally, which will take away me having more children if I do want some. So yeah, I will say this. I know a lot of people don't trust like the hospital settings, and that's fine. But what I'm going to say is this doctor that I've been seeing as of lately, because where I go out, you see like so many different doctors so they can get you in. I stayed with her for a reason, because she took her time. She looked at my history. She looked back at my ultrasounds, and she's the one who bought these things to me. She was like, did anybody talk to you about these things? No, no one did. So basically what it seemed like to me is they were just about to let me go, you know, try to deliver vaginally, possibly, you know, tell me all the things that can go wrong. Like, they didn't even tell me the extent of things that can go wrong and why these things could go wrong. But she went into detail, and I appreciate her for that, and I do trust her. Now, like I said before in previous videos, this is probably my last time using hospital setting. I would really like to have a midwife. So many people were like, oh, you should get a midwife or a doula. You guys forget that costs fucking money. And me and Tarek were not planning to try for a baby. At least I wasn't, you know, planning to be pregnant until the ending of 2021. But that happened a lot earlier. So yeah, I do think if I have any more children, I'm definitely going to have a midwife and a doula. And I will have the money saved up for that. So there is that. But yeah, it says pet peeves. One of my biggest pet peeves is people sometimes don't understand. Like, yes, I know, if you're a woman and I'm a woman, we do have something in common, but at the same time, our bodies are still not the same. Like, your birth experience and things that you went through went with you. I may not have had the same experience. You know what I'm saying? So it gets really annoying and frustrating when people constantly be like, oh, well, you should do this. I recommend you do this because this worked with me. And it's like, okay, but we're two different people, okay? You didn't go through what I went through my first time having a child, or you may not have as many children as I do, and you don't know like why each case is different. So it really was getting like frustrating. I actually just deactivated my Facebook because I was just so fucking tired of like people talking to me. Like I'm kind of sensitive now. I've always been fucking sensitive, but I'm really sensitive to things as of lately, and it just seemed like people just were talking to me kind of like I'm stupid. So like I posted, okay, this one time I posted a picture of like my most recent ultrasound or whatever, and I was like, you know, ask people for guesses how much you think he's gonna weigh. Just a guessing game, just for fun. I'm very much aware that it is just a estimate, and I will say personally, me with my ultrasounds, I haven't had any bad experiences where they were way off. So like I said, you know, but then all these people were talking about, oh, well, you don't have to deliver just because he might be big. You don't have to have a C-section because of this. You should still try to push. Please stop telling me what the fuck to do. You don't know my whole medical history, and I don't have to go through all that with you guys. And I just really got tired of explaining myself over and over again. So I just like deleted the post. I got irritated. And then like same thing when I shared something about, you know, having to have a C-section again. I was just over it. I'm like, at this point, I'm doing what I feel is safe, what the doctor recommended to me as well. I'm not a fucking doctor, and I'm sure most of the people on my Facebook talking to me are not doctors either. And I'm glad that you got a great experience and you didn't have to face being high risk and, you know, a lot of the things that I've had to go through. I'm happy for you, but it's just like, you know, just kind of like read between the lines sometimes, especially if y'all reading the comments. Y'all see that I'm sitting here repeating myself over and over and over again. I'm not talking about all my complications. I'm not talking about everything that I've gone through. You know, I'm allowing you guys to know what I want you to know. Safest option right now is for me to get a C-section. I did try to deliver naturally with my son, Adrian. That ended in a C-section. This time, I will be having a scheduled C-section. It is what it is. I just want my fucking baby alive. I want to make it out alive. I just want it safe. So there's that. So yeah, pet peeves is that. It's just like people not understanding that we all have different bodies. We all go through different things during childbirth, and just because like you may believe in a whole more holistic approach and stuff like that, or you may have had a better experience, or you may have gone through something, doesn't mean that's going to be the same thing for me. I just feel like as long as you get your, you know, get your baby here safely, you here safely, and, you know, call it a day. Sorry, but I just had to, like, let that rant. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I deactivated my Facebook. I just wanted some peace and quiet. I went and deleted the post because, like I said, I was tired of going back and forth. I just wanted some peace and quiet. So I'm still, like, active on Instagram, Twitter, you know, my YouTube channel, of course. But I just needed some peace because that is part of the reason why, which I will probably post another video of why I hid my pregnancy for, like, what, 5 months? And why, if I do get pregnant again, I might not tell you until the little shit is here, okay? Might not even tell y'all then. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to be giving any details about my birth story until I'm ready and I feel like doing so. I won't be telling anybody any of that. So sorry. But, who knows, we'll need to know. Anyway, going on. How many kids do I want? I'm not sure. Like I said, I used to want 6, had 1, realized maybe that 6 is not a good number for me. Was this a planned pregnancy? No, I'm just a dumb bitch. So what happened was, like, I stopped taking my birth control, literally, I wasn't on it for like 6 months. Obviously, I know that without taking my birth control, I was very much aware of getting pregnant. But what I was doing was just, like, tracking, like, ovulation and stuff like that and trying to avoid Tarek when I'm ovulating. I guess I fucked up. One day it said, I could have sworn it said a 12% chance. I didn't think that was a big chance to me. I had sex, and here I am. Pregnant as fuck. And also, the fact that I lost weight. I did not know that losing weight aids in, what is it called? Losing weight aids in ovulation. So, there's that. What am I having? I'm having a boy. Sorry. I'm having a boy. How far along am I? I'm currently 38 weeks and 5 days. When is my due date? My original due date was October 7th. But like I said, they wanted me to deliver around 39 weeks because of the complications I was having, which, no, it was not just my blood sugar on why I was having those complications. Also, for everybody's information, I'm a medical assistant and I work for an endocrinologist. I know a lot about blood sugars. I've been seeing an endocrinologist for 2 years. My blood sugar is acting up. It's really not anything new to me. So there's that. I kind of know what I'm supposed to be doing. Do I always do what I'm supposed to do all the time? No, I'm human. But I know about blood sugars. I don't need anybody asking about that. I've been in endocrinology for about 2.5, 3 years. So there's that. Now, let me see. New symptoms I'm having. Just really pelvic pain. I'm really tired. I've been kind of hungry lately. A little bit hungrier than normal. But swelling is still there. Prominent. It doesn't seem it's going to be going away. Like, my feet are swelling so bad. They're bruising. And lastly, I will give you guys a bump shot. I'm tired. I'm going to go ahead and lay down. I just wanted to make sure I got this video done for you guys and answered any questions you may have. I am going to have him October 1st. And I may give you guys an update, may show pictures. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. Just right now, I kind of just want a little bit more privacy, and I'm not going to be discussing everything. So, let me just show you guys the bump. So here we are. Here I am sitting at 38 weeks and 5 days. As you can see, God help me, I am developing those stretch marks. Even with using everything. But yeah, your girl is ready to go. And there's only one baby in there. No, they're not twins. A lot of people like to ask that. I do not have twins, okay? All right, guys. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, I will answer them probably in the next video. Thank you guys for tuning in. And next time you see me, the sage will be here.